Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is set your instrument down and your mouthpiece down. We're just going to practice our posture. So good playing posture means we're not sitting on the back of the chair. Our feet are nice and flat on the floor in front of us, and we're going to work on our breathing. So we're going to put our left hand on our stomach and our right hand on our chest. What we want to feel is first the expansion with our left hand and then the expansion with our right hand. So we're going to pretend like we're yawning. We're really tired, so take a nice yawn breath. Ready? In and out. Good. You should hear that little audible noise that tells you you're breathing well. One more time. In and out. Good. You don't want to see your shoulders shrug really high. That's not good. That means that you're tense. So one more time. I'm just going to watch. In and out. Good. One way that you can work on your breathing is if you take this little pipe, you stick it in between your teeth, and it helps you open up your airflow so that you're taking yawning breaths and not little sippy breaths. So, okay, so now what we're gonna do is do 4 counts in and 4 counts out of breathing. So put your left hand and your right hand back. 1, 2, and in. 3, 4, out. 2, expel everything. 4, and in. 2, 3, and out. 2, 3. Good. You have really nice expansion. Your shoulders aren't raising, so it looks really good. So breathing is really important because when we first start to play on the mouthpiece, you'll realize that you need a lot more breath than you actually think that you're going to need to produce a consistent sound. So what we're going to do is pick up the mouthpiece, and first we're going to work on setting an embouchure. So we're going to take not the big part of the mouthpiece, but the shank of the mouthpiece. We're just going to set it in between our lips, like that. And that should form kind of the embouchure that you want. You don't want your lips puckered like you're kissing someone, but you don't want them super curled in. It's kind of a halfway in between point. So you want really, really firm corners, but you don't want smiling corners. So just set it in between your teeth. Let me take a look. Good, that looks really good. Your lips aren't too puckered. You have good corners. So what we're going to try now that we have our embouchure set is turn the mouthpiece back around. I'm going to ask you to always grab it by the tip. That way I can see what's going on with your face if something goes awry. So we're just going to I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to take a nice big breath, and then we're not going to tongue or anything. So just exhale your air with your lips puckered. Good embouchure. We're going to see if we get a sound. So this is what it should sound like, kind of. Etc., 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 etc. So let's see it. Let's do it together the first time. Can you move your fingers down just a little bit more? Okay, ready? In. Good, good. One more time. Just let me watch you. Let me see what's going on. In, whenever you're ready. Good, good, good. Okay. Something that I want to try with you is maybe moving the mouthpiece. It's supposed to have a 50-50 balance on your lips, but your top lip is a little bigger than your bottom lip. So one thing we can try is maybe placing it a little higher on your top lip and a little less on your bottom lip. So let's see if that makes any sort of difference. So it was a great breath. One more time. So that made it worse. That's okay. So let's try it the other way. Back a little bit more on your bottom lip, and let's try to face the shank a little farther downward, but keep your chin tilted high. So ready? And good. Do you feel like that was easier or that was harder? That was easier. Good. Okay. I noticed that when you buzz, the pitch is really high. My pitch is pretty high too, but I think I can get it a little lower than you. And one way that we're going to do that is say the word two. Say two. Good. Do you feel the way that your mouth is formed when you say two? Now say toe.
Toe.
Yeah. We really want to relax our jaw because the way that we relax our jaw will help us get the lower pitch in the buzz and when we actually move to the instrument. So Let's try one more time. Let's start with a high pitch. Start with whatever pitch you get, and then we're gonna see if we can make it lower. So let me demonstrate. I'm gonna start how I normally start and then see if I can get lower. So. Started a little tense, and then once you try to think about dropping your jaw, saying toe, but not totally releasing. So let's see what you get. And good. That's okay. Try to lick your lips. That always helps. Just get them nice and wet. So, and good, good. I noticed that your cheeks puffed out a little bit when you tried to get the pitch lower. Try to keep everything still really tight. You don't want like suction, but you don't want them to be chipmunks. So one more time. Okay, that's fine. Can we try moving? Let's try making like a little more puckered in your corners, just a little bit more. See if that helps the tone at all. Good, good, good. Okay, so that's basic mouthpiece. We call that buzzing. So before you even produce a sound on the instrument, you should always start with buzzing. Start with your breathing exercises, then move to exercises with just the mouthpiece. Don't be afraid to play around with how the mouthpiece feels on your face, because no two faces are the same. So what works for me might not work for you, vice versa. So we're gonna move on to the instrument, okay? We're gonna talk about proper holding position for the instrument. So we're gonna take our right hand. We're just gonna form a C with our right hand. We want just nice and loose. This is essentially proper right hand position for the trumpet. So you're gonna take your 3 middle fingers, set them lightly on top with nice curved fingers. A common mistake is people think that your pinky goes inside of this little thingamajig, but it doesn't. It actually goes on top. And then we're gonna take our thumb and set it right in between the first and second valve. So the valve closest to your nose is the first valve. So right in between the first and second one. Good, let me take a look. Good, it looks like you're nice and relaxed. So that's our right hand. So set that aside for a second. For the left hand, your thumb is gonna go right next to this tubing that's on the first valve. You're gonna wrap around the valves, and your thumb is gonna go, or not your thumb, I'm sorry, your ring finger, which is your first, second, third, fourth finger, is gonna go right through this hole. You can always adjust the ring if you feel like the ring is too far from your finger or too close to your finger. I have small hands, so mine is like on the closest setting I can possibly get it to. But eventually, when you get a little better, we're gonna work on sliding this in and out when you play specific notes. So you really wanna make sure that it's comfortable and you can do it with just that finger. So both hands together, it's gonna kind of look like this. This is the right hand, and then this is what the left hand looks like. So let me check yours really quick. Good, it looks really good. One more thing that I would say is you don't want your elbows too close to your body, but you don't want like flappy chicken elbows either. So just a nice relaxed posture. So we're gonna take our mouthpiece, we're gonna set it inside the trumpet. We're gonna give it a slight little turn to the right. That'll just help it not fall out in case things go crazy. So we're just gonna take a nice big yawn breath. Remember what we worked on with our embouchure, and we're gonna see if we can get a sound. So let me demonstrate. We're not gonna push down any of the valves, just nice open. So whatever sound I get. Something like that. So let's see. Nice deep breath, and good, very good. See, I noticed that this is called an open G. The note that both of us got is an open G, but when you were buzzing, you were producing a lot higher pitches. Do you feel like you kind of dropped your jaw a little bit? It sounded like you had dropped your jaw. So let's hear it one more time. Maybe put your elbows out a little bit farther, and it's okay. Very good. Okay, let's see if we can match this pitch. So together, just whatever pitch we get, we're gonna try to match. Ready?
Really? Does it
Awesome.
help if you like sing the note in your head first? Because I know like the second time I played it, I like
Yes.
tried to vocalize it
Yes.
and then play it, and it seemed
Yes.
to come out easier.
Singing the note when you have the ability of knowing what note you're shooting for is always a good idea, especially with beginners. So I should be doing this for you. Let's try a different note then. So let's put down the first valve and the second valve. So I'm going to play first, and then just so you can hear what the note sounds like, and then we're going to try to play it together, but I'm going to sing it beforehand so you know what we're shooting for. So this is what we're going for. So that note. So ready, breathe. Relax your jaw. Take a toe breath instead of a two breath. That's okay. That was great.
Booyah.
Great job. So there's your little beginning trumpet lesson.
Thanks.
Oh, you're welcome.